So now we're going to look at the difference between what we call crow path and rocket path tours. So first of all, let's have another look back at the tour we've just recorded. So we start by flying down into the aquatic centre, and now watch this step very carefully as we fly from there down to the cove. You see it happen quite quickly, and now we're moving from the high view down into the low view. And experiments I've done on subjects have shown that people don't follow where they've come from or where they've gone to if you fly them low and fast like we did there. So let's turn that off and go back to the Aquatic Centre in London. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to add another point, rolling out my mouse wheel. I'm going to roll it out until I can see both the Aquatic Centre over here and the cove place marks. Create another place mark, call it very high view. Click OK here. And then I'm going to click and drag it up so it's between the Aquatic Centre and the first of the Lulworth Cove place marks. And now if we record another tour, so start at the Aquatic Centre, very high view, and then high view down into the cove. I'm going to stop it there, and now let's watch. So we start off in the Aquatic Centre, and instead of flying low and fast, we've now gone on a high rocket loop down into the thing. The first of the place marks to do with Lulworth Cove. So that's a rocket tour instead of a crow path tour. So now let's look at placemark visibility and also saving a tour after you've finished recording it. So if we replay the rocket tour we just recorded, you can see that the placemarks are visible at the Aquatic Centre and in the very high view, and really especially that very high view placemark, we don't really need it. So let's turn all the placemarks off. And now you can see that Google Earth still plays the tour. It doesn't have to have the place marks on to have that intermediate very high view to make the rocket tour there. So that's just making that point. And if I want to record and send this tour to someone else, click temporary places, so it becomes blue, add, folder, and we're going to call it My Places Collection. Okay, you see that a folder appears there, and I can drag place marks into the folder here, and I'm dragging in the tour, and then I can right click, save place as, and you can see it's popped up as a KMZ file, My Places Collection KMZ. Now if I save it there, I can send it to someone else, and I can have the place marks turned on or off, and I can have the tour. And if you want the place marks to be visible during your tour for some reason, then you've got to wrap them up in the folder, which you then save to someone, otherwise they won't be able to see the place marks. So teaching tips: why not get your students to record their own tours? I think it's quite easy for them to do, and I've used it with sixth form students, and they're very much capable of doing it. The important thing is that they understand the difference between crow and rocket paths when you do this. Second teaching tip: when you save a folder like My Places Collection, you can also save what's visible and what isn't. So let's have Street View and aquatic center view visible here. And if we now save that folder, when your user opens it, those are the two place marks that will be visible. So you can think and plan carefully what's going to be visible and what's important when your users first open your KMZ file that you've given to them. What do you want visible? What do you want them to see?